Did anyone from Rival drop the ball there?
No.
Like, what happened?
No, it was just complete chaos from KhaoticPurpose diving the backline. It was about time for that engagement to go in the favor of Astral Authority. The vision control allowed Astral Authority that flanking opportunity, and all it needed was that one late game win in the team fight for these long respawn timers, and taking advantage of that with a weakened middle Phoenix, getting the Titan for the second victory in this best-of-5 set.
Can the European Console League team, Team Rival, reset after that last game? We're gonna find out right now. Picks and bans, game number 3. Astral Authority still in that first pick position.
That's a big hit mentally, though, if I'm Team Rival here, because that could have been easily a split right now heading into game 3. It would have been 1-1, everything reset, but now, despite sweeping game 1 under the rug with an early 25-minute rather surrender, the second game, a 40-plus minute gruel fest. Not looking too good for Rival mentally, probably.
Astral Authority, Sun Wukong, the first ban. Rival immediately back into the Odin. Astral Authority switch up the order, but it's the same two. Soul, second ban for them. Rival has been banning Zeus in this slot, but this time it's going to be the Susano from KhaoticPurpose. Coviiii, known to play that Zeus at LAN, and he's going to pick it right here. First selection for Astral Authority is for their mid laner.
I mean, we saw what KhaoticPurpose did with the Susano, so you have to respect him and ban away the Susano, but leaving the Zeus for Coviiii means that he's going to have a lot of area of effect damage in these team fights. It's a lot easier to hit that Zeus ultimate than it is a Scylla.
Rival has been prioritizing Osiris for that man on your screen. Gnome, their solo laner, both games, has picked it right away in this slot. Gnome was effective in that game. It's going to be the Rom for Dobson, which was a great look for him. I like this selection for Rival. It's a matter of what they want to pair with it right away.
We're probably going to see something for, I was going to say it has to be the Osiris. Gnome playing it back to back. It has been working out for him thus far. There's no reason to shift things in the solo lane quite yet. However, before the secondary ban phase, this time Brochacho gets his defensive support.
And it's Thor for KhaoticPurpose. Not only did he go off on this god yesterday up against the Obey Alliance, but after the performance Rapio had, I like the idea to take that away from him. Robin was what Rapio played in game 1, and honestly, looked pretty good on it. It was banned away game number 2, and with Thor taken off the table, wouldn't be surprised if he went for that, but no, it's gonna be the Morrigan here for Watson.
And that's not a bad idea considering Zeus is still here for Coviiii, and that's one option that you have. You do the damage with the Morrigan, you switch to more damage on the Zeus, right? And that's the reason we probably didn't see the Zeus ban, because that was the game plan all along. It's like, we can have Zeus as well.
Very potent character to transform into, without a doubt. Rival and Elevator, the two teams on console that really make best use of this Morrigan. Rival, they usually give it to their mid laner, though Rapio has played it, so don't rule out that that could be for Rapio in the jungle, but Watson played it earlier on this event and looked fairly strong on it. Love that Ganesh ban. JacobHL, very impressive on that god in game number 2. Rival focusing out both Transonics and Wolves of the Carnados Engineer.
Whether it's El Brochacho or JacobHL playing the Ganesh, it will be respect banned because Rival have the next pick. They still have a support that they need to lock in, as well as what looks to be a jungler here for Rapio, and already another support ban with the Geb. Not too many defensive options remaining for JacobHL. Does he go for Sylvanas potentially?
I'm thinking Sobek here for JacobHL. We've seen quite a bit of the Crocodile so far this event. It would be pretty good to pair up against the Khepri, up against that Khepri, kind of disrupt that timing for the Scarab's Blessing.
As well as being able to tail whip him away from the Abduct. It will be the Terra though, not a bad selection. That global presence, giving everybody on your team the mobility, the cooldown reduction, and that clear casting.
I can see Jelly's disappointment from here. Sobek's #1 fan, Obey Alliance's support. Jelly really wanted it, but it's going to be the Terra for JacobHL. Khepri, the pick for Transonics, giving him something more aggressive in lane. I like what I'm seeing from Brochacho, trying to pump up Coviiii, get him back in the right frame of mind after, let's be honest, a tough Game 2 performance.
El Brochacho is a very vocal player in the Smite console league. You know, when you used to team with him and Chapo, those two specifically, right?
They were on each side of me too. I'm in the mid lane, right? So I'm sitting on my left is Brochacho, on my right is Chapo, and it was always a fun time. let me tell you. It was always loud, too. I had to bring extra sets of headphones. Camazotz, the final selection for Rival. Love that pick. Rapio looked good on it. And you know who looked better than Rapio, though, was Watson whenever he was transforming into Camazotz in that game. Watson's proficiency on that Camazotz was very impressive to me.
It's always very scary to have more than one bat on the battlefield of the gods here. And we're gonna see that exact thing happen probably as the game is about to start here momentarily. And Astral Authority, they're up 2-0. One final game is all that separates them from that trophy.
Wolves on the chalk yet again. He did it in game 1 and was just kinda there, because that's what Chaac does. I mean, he's just kind of there to stalemate that lane up against Osiris, make sure that Osiris doesn't become a runaway freight train.
And not only that, you're looking to try to clear safely from a distance. You don't want to get too close melee range to get poked out by the Osiris. So you're looking at options such as the Chaac, such as Erlang Shen potentially, either way. But Wolves playing this Chaac, the chocolate bunny skin. This is my favorite skin.
This is a phenomenal skin, certainly top tier, and maybe able to get your hands on it if you buy gems. They're 33% off. Buy gems, don't forget. Astral Authority only one game away from hoisting that trophy. Rival, they've got their work cut out for them here. Totally 3 in a row is what the doctor ordered if they're going to be your summer split champions.
Reverse sweep is almost unheard of in the Smite competitive scene, whether it's console or PC. Not too many historical series have went that way, but if there's ever a time for Rival to do it, now is the time.
Let's see what adjustment Astral Authority makes, because Transonics got off to an atrocious start in game 1 by starting at back Harpies, but he's doing the same here, but he's Hu-Yi this time. Much better jungle clear at level 1 than the Chronos.
The way the ricochet works, it's so easy to align those angles to be able to not only double hit, but even triple hit, not to mention the fact that you have the Bumba's mask. And what are we seeing out of Rival?
A 3-man grouping in mid. Gnome neglecting his side of the map entirely, and this is what we've seen consistently from Astral Authority, stripping away the enemy's speed right away. This time they're going to the blue. Previously they went towards Fire Elementals.
And this is the reasoning why we see them go to the blue, because the communication was made by Astral Authority's mid and supports, like, hey, listen, there's 3 here, they're gonna invade your speed, just go for the blue, forget the elementals, because that blue buff is just more valuable.
But Astral Authority just gets more out of that start because there's 3 people splitting.
That's true.
For Rival, whereas only 2 for Astral Authority. KhaoticPurpose in a lot of trouble early on here in the jungle. Aegis gonna save his life, at least for the moment. Gnome gonna tank up some archer shots here, and Wolves gonna force him out. KhaoticPurpose with an early Aegis, it was necessary to survive that first blood attempt.
Needs to go to those back right Harpies to sustain with his Bumba's mask, unless he was gonna back very early on. Not something you wanna do as a jungle, considering that there is very important farm to try to get this experience. But look at the power of Chaac. That level 2 axe into Torrent is just able to out-clear all of Rival.
Ooh, nice double tap there. Rapio getting poked out himself. In fact, it's Rapio gonna head back to base, not KhaoticPurpose. So KP still sticking around on this right-hand side instead of going into the enemy jungle, trying to strip away those back Harpies. I think that could have been on the table for him, but more relying on this guaranteed farm in solo.
Even a ward here from Rival right at their speed buff, which is why they probably started off in that 3-man mid to speed buff invade. Not really working out the way they would have liked. A little bit of a lead here for Astral Authority gold-wise, as they're constantly getting pushed under their own solo tower.
2-man grouping in mid still from Astral Authority. Don't be surprised if you see Brochacho and Coviiii joined at the hip in this game. Khepri picked exclusively to protect the Zeus.
Seeing Brochacho still stick around here, and that's what you kind of have to do as a Khepri. Make sure you peel for the Zeus that doesn't have any mobility or any escape. Get him safely to the level 5 marker and start rotating around together in the jungle side. Chain Lightning, unfortunately, not in range off of the shield.
Watson gonna be able to eat a lot of poke there, and that's what does really well against the Morrigan. Dots revealing her out of stealth. She's got no innate sustain in that kit, and pretty vulnerable to poke, so I like Astral Authority's dedication to that play as Dobson gets jumped on by Transonics. Still at the roll. Trans really relying on making a hot play to interrupt that rolling assault. If he were to find the solo kill.
Transonics, I think, is just trying to get into the mind of Dobson, honestly. That play was really unnecessary, I would say. A little bit of taunting here from KhaoticPurpose, really feeling himself in this third game.
Coviiii as well, getting into it. And after the comeback that Astral Authority displayed, no surprise, Rival is a team that has had previous struggles on land when it comes to mentality after falling behind. Not necessarily tilt, but more so a little bit of intimidation, I would say, as Gnome goes to the middle of 3, abducted there and then interrupted. But a 3-man Lord of the Afterlife. Coviiii picks up the speed buff and drops the Lightning Storm in the midst of the jungle. Watson transforms into the Camazotz, and he's gonna claim the first blood with the Bat Out of Hell. KhaoticPurpose sure to be next to follow.
Oh, the root, though, connecting onto Watson is gonna actually force out his Purification Beads. Really afraid of that one, but it was a nice 2 kills here for Rival, starting things off in a strong way, but not that much of a lead, despite getting a nice first blood kill bounty.
Lightning Storm, great when they're grouped up like that, but when you've got 2 bats who are flying up among the clouds, not getting hit by those lightning strikes, a little bit less effective. That's what makes this Morrigan Camazotz combo so effective, is it's unpeelable damage.
Unfortunate for KhaoticPurpose, as he was in level 5, couldn't use that Anvil of Dawn to either get out of danger or to re-engage in that last team fight. And as a result, Astral Authority, they take a 2-man spill here, but they don't lose too much. Their buffs are still intact.
Transonics again soloing his left side of the map. KhaoticPurpose has not shown his face on the left side of the map in the first 10 minutes at all this set. It's been all on the right. Coviiii getting chased down. Perfect wall by KhaoticPurpose, but the dive is still on. Coviiii can't juke him out. All 3 connect, and Rapio punishes Astral Authority's mid laner once again.
Coviiii just unfortunately the victim yet again in this third game, and this time he's playing the Zeus. It makes more sense as to how or why he's getting focused out, since he doesn't have mobility, he doesn't have that natural escape, so he's going to be a sitting duck, and without his Aegis to protect him or his support Brochacho, that's just going to be a free target for a Rival every single time.
Watson eating some damage, but KhaoticPurpose the one in trouble after JacobHL sets up the root. There's the ultimate from Brochacho, and Dobson waiting it out, but resets him so close within a second of that Scarab's Blessing wearing off.
That must have been like the last quarter second of the Scarab's Blessing. He even missed the first Rama shot. The second one was on the mark, and it still popped the bubble. Really unfortunate for Dobson. Great opportunity for KhaoticPurpose to revive and continue farming, healing off of that Bumba's Mask.
This is the same story, though, from game 1, totally. Not to the same degree quite yet, but Rival up 3-0 in kills, and the gold lead is just not there.
It's just non-existent. They haven't invaded any buffs after the fact. The experience is actually favoring out Astral Authority. Wolves sitting at level 8. He's poked Gnome down below that half health marker. Rapio, though, now taking advantage of forcing Wolves to go into his ultimate. Now it's the Bat Out of Hell hitting all 3 times, and Wolves trying to find the torrent, baiting him out into KhaoticPurpose.
Rapio's beads are down. There's nowhere for him to go. KhaoticPurpose teleports in and finds the kill. Astral Authority on the board with KP claiming first blood for Astral.
Just too greedy was Rapio on this Camazotz. I think he feels like he has to put the team too much on his shoulders here. We saw what it was capable of him on the Thor in the last game, but this time around, because of how poked Gnome was out earlier on, he had to back off, and it was just Rapio chasing down Wolves.
Now Watson coming back from base, or excuse me, Wolves coming back from base. Not here for the speed buff invade. KhaoticPurpose full commits, uses his whole kit to try and get it, but it still goes Rival's way, courtesy of the Dark Omen from Watson. Big double stun. KhaoticPurpose and Brochacho on the run, and Gnome gonna cut him off their escape path. KhaoticPurpose actually gets out because of the Rising Dawn. No, over the wall, not quite enough.
Dobson, though, he's looking for the snipes, and he finds KhaoticPurpose in the tier 1 mid tower. A nice stun onto Coviiii yet again, and a 3-man grouping. Coviiii finding one onto JacobHL. The Aegis, though, not buying him enough time, as he's going to take a spill as well. A 2-for-1 at the end of the day.
And it's Rival support that falls. That's the one you want to lose if you have to lose one. Transonics meets up with multiple members of Rival as they rotate in towards the Gold Fury. Wolves is here as well. He teleported in.
Trying to find the plays. He's going to immune the stun for the moment with his ultimate. Transonics is going to slow Gnome out. No Lord of the Afterlife available for the solo laner out of Team Rival.
Stacking slows on slows results in a kill there onto Rival solo laner. Now it's the Gold Fury started by Astral Authority 3 members on it. Brochacho trying to zone everyone else away as it drops below that 40% threshold. JacobHL throws up the walls, and Dobson gets ulted by KhaoticPurpose. He's going to escape with that hammer. Gold Fury gets reset, and all of Transonics and the rest of Astral Authority are low.
They want the kill onto Rapio, but he's going to go in the sky, baiting out so many abilities here. Jumps onto Wolves here. Speed buff is going to get him out of danger for the moment. The detonate was not available for Coviiii to secure that one.
Very close call there. Basically everyone low, Gold Fury low, but no one ends up falling. Astral Authority and Rival pretty even right now. In fact, it's Astral Authority in the lead in gold, in the lead in experience. Not by much in either department, but I pointed out because Rival is doubling AA in the kill department.
But this is the difference between Astral Authority and Team Rival. Whenever Astral get any sort of a player advantage after a kill, they're gonna go for an objective. They tried to go for that speed buff about 3 to 4 minutes ago, and despite not finding the secure on that one, they still attempted it, right? And then after finding the 1 kill around Gold Fury, they just go for it immediately, no fear.
Rapio has had no fear this game either, always looking to poke out the opposition and even full commit. Done a good job of it thus far. 2, 1, and 3 on the Camazotz. Has a slight level lead on KhaoticPurpose, but gold completely even between the two. 3 men around the Gold Fury, but it's Rival just trying to bait out that bottom left side. Unbeknownst to them, there's an Astral Authority Sentry Ward spotting them out.
Team Rival are thinking about the Gold Fury, but they're just going to be able to counter ward right on top of it. Brochacho is going to get stunned out 2 times in a row, rooted into place, forced to dash away. Transonics jumps away.
Oh, he's going in, Tolly. Watson has to transform, but he gets that CC immune ultimate with the Camazotz transformation. Transonics boxing in his ultimate. There's a Scarab's Blessing. He's going to get underneath that tier 1, but Brochacho's already dead. It wore off. It was too long. Watson's going to get credit for that one. KhaoticPurpose is Aegis. Only going to buy him a moment as Rapio claims number 3. What looked like Astral Authority was a hot play. Instead, they lose that 3 for 1.
Unfortunate lapse of judgment out of Transonics. It was KhaoticPurpose tanking the tower at the beginning of that engagement. He was really relying on reviving off of some tower shots, but couldn't sync up. Here comes Wolves, stopping the Portal Demon attempt. It's going to be secured by Team Rival. Gnome is very low, though. He's forced to use that Lord of the Afterlife just to escape.
Very close call there by Astral Authority solo laner, but couldn't quite find it. Rival escape with the Portal Demon. Another speed buff invade, but again, Watson manages to steal it away.
Another Morrigan play here just to secure a speed buff for the 2nd time in a row. It's looking pretty good here for Team Rival, despite not getting that earlier Gold Fury and having such a significant kill advantage. It's 9 to 4 on the board, but still, it's Astral Authority not allowing this lead to slip away.
Coviiii in trouble once more. Stop, you've heard that one before. Gnome, he's gonna get his 2nd kill. Brochacho falls to Dobson. 11 now for Team Rival. KhaoticPurpose hammers away, but can't get up into the sky. Rapio brings him right back down. That's a dozen for Rival.
The flail from Gnome was good enough as well to follow suit. Rooted into place as Wolves. More damage from Watson. He's the lone defender for this tier 1 solo tower as Team Rival are all 5 grouped up on the right-hand side.
All 5 here, and they're gonna get that solo tower, no doubt about that. 500 gold going Rival's way. Gonna push their lead to a little bit over 1,000 gold. Transonics was thinking about getting one tier 1 of his own in mid, but not quite enough damage on the Hunter quite yet, as Wolves is not able to steal away his own blue buff.
All trying to stall away Rival away from getting a tier 2, and then he will do so successfully while some buffs are stripped away on the left-hand side. Not finding the tier 1 in the mid, but getting some of these buffs on the left is still good enough. And look at the difference here of these 2 Hunters. An advantage for Transonics, sitting at about an 800 gold lead.
But totally, that's despite Dobson being 3-0 and 3 on the ROM. He's got a 2-level lead for Transonics, about 800 gold as you mentioned, but it's Dobson with the kills. What is Transonics doing? Is he just making farm out of nowhere?
I think that he's just been bullying out Dobson in the early laning phase a couple of times to give him more waves under his belt. And the rotations from Transonics in the mid lane, he's getting that solo farm that's so important, whereas we're seeing Dobson make a multiple rotation where he's sharing just too much experience.
Now Dobson on those rotations has gotten some really excellent snipes to clean up kills. He's been a part of those kills with the snipes as well, not just confirming them. Problem is, as you mentioned, he's missed a couple waves. The buff invades the left-hand side. That dedication from Astral Authority to the duo side buffs, whereas most teams are looking at these solo side buffs, has really paid some dividends for their hunters. In the mid lane, Coviiii in some trouble, getting chased down once more. Nice chain lightning there, and KhaoticPurpose comes down, but Watson gets credit for the kill. KhaoticPurpose trying to box about Transonics here once more, but Watson as Camazotz trying to chase down the Thor.
He's going to try to run away. Transonics is not going to let this go. Watson's going to find the stun and root it into place after the jump up. Brochacho is here, so is Wolves. He's going to commit onto Watson, finding the rival mid laner.
The elbow drop gets it for the Chaac. That's his first kill of the game. Top of the player damage charts as well for Astral Authority solo laner. A 1-for-1 mid laner for mid laner as Rapio secures his own speed buff. But the difference in farm for these mid laners, Coviiii down about 1,300 gold. Another death for him, not worth a lot. A death onto Watson, nice bonus for Wolves.
Going to give a small window of an opportunity for Coviiii to catch up in the farm. This 2-level deficit has just been the reoccurring theme between games 2 and 3. Whether he's playing the Scylla or the Zeus, things aren't looking too healthy for Coviiii.
The rest of Rival is really taking advantage of that. It's been Watson and Rapio really taking advantage of Astral Authority's mid laner. But it still has not resulted in a very big lead. I mean, again, up 8 kills, 1,000 gold.
It's not really enough for Rival to extend the lead. 15 minutes into the game, Gold Fury has not been secured by either side quite yet. It was actually Astral Authority that tried to pull the trigger initially about 3 or 4 minutes ago. Got stopped by Rival in their tracks. Transonics, though, he's the one member from Astral Authority that is being relied on to carry this game.
Gold Fury gets pulled by Rival down to 3/4 HP and dropping even farther. Transonics is poked out a little bit, but still sitting at level 15. Nice avoidance of that wall stun. And Rival decides they really don't want to fight Trans at this stage of the game, and can't really say I blame them.
No, not at all. It's just a little bit of a battle for the Sentient Wards, and a little battle between these two junglers as KhaoticPurpose is going to be forced out, but the ultimate from Rapio was expended, so sacrificing some farming time, but saving his defensive relic.
Good bait there by KhaoticPurpose, gets the ultimate out from Rapio, as Wolves again has just been bullying Gnome all game long. This Chaac has worked out thus far for Astral Authority.
So far, so good. He has some cooldown reduction in his build. He's really trying to be that big old bully now, having his heal fully maxed out, doing a decent amount of damage with that axe, as well as why he leads the player damage charts. And it's looking like Astral Authority, we're thinking about Gold Fury for a little bit, diving the mid lane there by himself. KhaoticPurpose trying to force the issue.
Watson and JacobHL are here. KhaoticPurpose gets out of that CC chain capability from the Terra. Now Brochacho gonna find the pull directly to the Lightning Storm, but the shell is popped, and only one charge went on to both Watson and JacobHL. A couple ultimates expended on each side. Not a lot to show for it.
It was a nice stun from Watson that stopped the full duration of the abduct from Brochacho, and JacobHL didn't get pulled into the middle of that Lightning Storm. Still Watson looking for Brochacho. Nice little abduct defensively.
Gold Fury looks likely to get pulled here again by Rival, and it will. Rival drops it down to below 70%. Nice hammer stun by KhaoticPurpose, but he's in trouble. Immediately gets bursted down, but Brochacho's there with the Scarab's Blessing. Gold Fury down to 1 HP. Astral Authority get it. It's Wolves to secure it for AA. Transonics with a massive bounce finds Gnome, and now JacobHL's in trouble. One more shot's gonna do it. Wolves with the kill. Rapio finds Brochacho, but now he's all alone.
A 3-for-1. Astral Authority, they get the objective, and they get the better end of that engagement. Yet again, you can never count out the North Americans here in this set.
Rival just looked discombobulated there, Tolly. So much happening around that Gold Fury pit. It gets leashed at 1 HP, and then who knows what happens. Wolves gets it with an auto attack?
I mean, who cares if you're Astral Authority? They got it, and things are looking on the up and up. They get the tier 1 mid, tier 1 in the duel lane, a total combined 1,000 gold off of that, and Wolves trying to go for this speed buff invade. Watson, however, yet again, the reoccurring theme, always able to secure the speed buff for his jungler.
3 for 3 on attempts with that second ability, sealing away the speed buff, but Astral Authority now the ones with the slight lead for the first time in this game. The biggest lead of this game by far for either side. Over 2,000 gold, 4,000 experience. By the way, Astral Authority still down in kills by 6.
They find a way to get a lead in the experience department despite the disparity of Coviiii versus Watson. 2 levels in that department, but I'm looking at Wolves 4 levels ahead of Gnome. Portal Demon very low. It's going to be secured by Rival.
Dobson stole it away with the snipes. There comes the lightning storm from Coviiii. JacobHL gets bursted down and detonated. Coviiii running for his life. Knockup from Fire Giant does some work here as Transonics gets reset by the Fire Giant. Scarab's blessing provided by Brochacho. Rapio finally finishes off Coviiii with that Devour, but Rival still only find 1.
Finding another kill here. Watson, though, he's going to transform into Camazotz, trying to chase down Wolves. He's so low. He's not on the mark.
The abduct prevents the continued chase. Transonics is here, but KhaoticPurpose gets the kill. Brochacho getting credit, though, for the save onto his solo laner. 2 for 1, and the Portal Demon going Rival's way means that 2 for 1 not quite as bad as it could have been.
I mean, with JacobHL responding, it was actually a 3 for 1 at the end of the day, so slightly more impactful for Astral Authority is they're slowly extending their goal lead, because that 750 gold that you get from Portal Demon is not as significant compared to the 3 kills that Astral received.
Big plays from Dobson, though, sitting very low on the player damage charts, above only Brochacho in this game so far, but 3-0 and 3, as we mentioned. The snipes have been on point from him. Astral Authority is controlling this game still, now over 6,000 experience, nearing that 6,500 mark. Really, Wolves the one with the biggest XP lead, tied with that of Transonics. Look at the 2 XP per minute. Massive from Trans and Wolves. Next highest Dobson, but that's over 100 XP a minute down.
Whenever we talk about Wolves or Transonics, I think about the 2 best side laners in all of console now combined here in Astral Authority. And we're looking at the build here from the Chaac here. He has the Spirit's Robe for his own protection, but then he's went for the Shogun's Kusari to really amplify the attack speed out of Transonics.
Now in the enemy jungle, Astral Authority starting to push up. Coviiii now controlled once more. KhaoticPurpose gets stunned and controlled. Watson with the kill there. Gnome still trying to control 2 members. Brochacho and the rest of the dual lane. Transonics is here with the rest of his team trying to defend even in this 4v5.
We're seeing more action here from Astral Authority, trying to retreat for the moment. Watson connecting on the stun to Brochacho, still trying to find a kill onto Wolves. The revive is going to try to give him the movement speed, but Transonics finding Gnome.
4, 1, and 6 for the Hunter for Astral Authority, answering back even in the 4v5. Gnome just really separated from the rest of his squad here.
We're seeing even more aggression. Transonics isn't done yet, finding a stun onto JacobHL, but now retreating to the safety of his teammates. Rival have to defend this tier 2 tower on the right. They once had a lead here, I thought, but now Astral Authority are the ones that are dictating the pacing of this game.
Tier 2 tower falls, no response from Rival. Rapio's around the backside and completely isolated. Transonics finds a stun. There's the Purification Beads and the Aegis from Rapio. The silence prevents the ultimate, and Coviiii is going to get credit. KhaoticPurpose with a nice quadruple tap there, hitting both members with a double, and now Fire Giant started up by Astral.
There's just too much momentum behind the North Americans here. Rival, they need to stop this Fire Giant. It's sitting at 20% health. It's going to be secured by Rival.
Got it! Rival stole it away, and now they're on the run, trying to escape with their bounty. It looks like they may do so successfully. Now trying to re-engage a little bit with Watson and JacobHL. KhaoticPurpose teleports forward. Beads used by Watson just as an insurance policy, but Rival somehow steal that away.
They keep their hopes alive for the moment, heading into the 23-minute mark. They're still down about 4,000 gold, but they prevent Astral Authority from getting this important late-game Fire Giant buff to be able to start sieging the remaining Tier 2 towers.
And the Gold Fury, the next big objective. Now that this gold lead, 3,500 as you mentioned for Astral Authority, Fire Giant in my mind wipes that out entirely. Even team fight. In fact, it might be Rival with the advantage, having that Fire Giant buff around their waist. So who can secure this next Gold Fury? Astral Authority, the ones that started up and already dropping it to about 80%, decide instead to elect to secure the Oracles. Transonics in that front line still.
That's what he loves to do. He's setting up a kill onto JacobHL with a nice bait, and diving into the back line onto Coviiii is going to be Rapio, sitting at half health, still waiting on the bubble here from his support, but it's KhaoticPurpose finding a second kill for his team.
I love what Astral Authority are doing. Let Brochacho protect Coviiii. Everyone else, go have fun, because there's no one to protect the back line. Coviii's still alive. Now it's going to be Gnome. Transonics with his 5th level 20 on the Hunter. KP taking the 1v1, decides against it.
He teleports a little bit too early there, not allowing the hammer to fully come back for the double tap hit. Astral Authority with the Gold Fury win. Nice stun from Watson. The ultimate from Brochacho. Transformation onto the Hu-Yi, but finding the revive. 4 members killed here for Astral Authority.
I like the idea by Watson, but I think the Camazotz was the right call there, trying to get up and out of danger. It looked to me like he had already queued up Transonics to transform into, and who can blame him? Trans is massive in this game. 6-1-9, he's got 5 items completed. His signature Fatalis is up and ready to go.
And also having Shogun's Kusari onto Wolves to amplify that attack speed even further. Things are looking really good for the Hunter out of Astral Authority. And just like that, despite the Fire Giant steal from Team Rival, going into that Gold Fury engagement, Astral Authority just get the better end of that one, keeping their mid-Zeus alive. JacobHL initiated to begin with, but no one else from his team was too close to follow up.
Level 13 on this Terra. JacobHL had phenomenal performances, in my mind, in game 1 and 2. This one, it hasn't been poor by any stretch, but it hasn't jumped off the page like the first 2 did. Now Astral Authority have finally taken the lead in kills totally. They've been behind all game long in kills, but consistently ahead in terms of experience.
That top scoreboard in terms of kills is so misleading at times, because like we were talking about the whole entire game, Rival were just getting the better end of things. Nice little ward deny from Dobson, preventing the teleport from Wolves, but this time a Sentry ward being used. KhaoticPurpose diving the backline. It's going to force the ultimate out of Dobson, so that's one less defensive ultimate.
Dobson has no relics either. Wolves deep in that tier 2 tower, but he's level 20 Chaac, just can tank that up for days. Double tap gonna miss from KhaoticPurpose as Astral Authority begins to surge forward. Transonics, first one in. Now he turns his attention to the debuff tower, but Wolves is getting shredded on the front side. He's gotta be in a little bit more careful, still able to back up at least for the moment. Transonics drops the ult. JacobHL pulled in, and Coviiii notches his 5th killing spree for the mid lane Zeus as Astral Authority continues to roll that much closer towards the Summer Split trophy.
Brochacho doing a great job finding the abduct. Fire Giant responding in about 47 seconds, giving enough timing for Astral Authority to get this tier 2 tower in the mid lane, having a 5-on-4 power play for another 12 seconds while JacobHL is respawning.
Emperor's Armor from Brochacho coming up big. Was talking to him yesterday. He says he loves this item. He always tries to buy it right before his team begins to siege. It's exactly the scenario we bought it in this game, and it comes up pretty big, allowing Wolves to tank up that tower a little bit longer.
Team Rival now are trying to find some wards around the Fire Giant side before it's going to be revived. I don't think they're going to have enough of a window to sneak it away, but they're looking like they're going to start grouping up around it.
5 seconds until it respawns, and no one from Astral Authority even close. Spawns, Dobson does not back, but now Wolves starts to make his way over. Good timing out of that soul laner from Astral Authority. Looked like it could have been an opportunity for Rival to sneak it away, but Wolves knew exactly how much time he had to get to the objective.
And this is a nice little lead here from Astral Authority. 10,000 gold and beyond for the North Americans. 14,000 experience to follow suit. Coviiii was struggling in games 2 and 3, but the rest of his teammates has got his support.
Yeah, even the beginning of game 3 for sure was struggling pretty mightily, but Brochacho has made a dedicated effort to protecting his mid laner, and Coviiii has rewarded that protection with a lot of damage. Second on the player damage charts now, 5, 6, and 5 after a rough start to game number 3. Even gets a speed buff, totally.
That's
not a bad deal.
That's definitely going to help him run around, especially with that wind blade that will proc anytime he gets slowed by Gnome playing this Osiris. Great self-peel options here. So we're going to start seeing Astral Authority group up on the right-hand side with this Fire Giant buff. It's going to be interesting to see how Rival counteract this.
Curious back there from Watson. He was full health, full HP, or full health, full mana. Backs and doesn't have teleport. So he's going to have to walk back, and he even decides he wants those back harpies while he's there.
Wolves, I think, is just going to be able to split push for the time being. I don't necessarily think that Astral Authority want to full commit on the right-hand side. They're going to split push all 3 waves, and they're going to probably do a 1-1-3 tactic with Transonics in mid, Wolves on the left, and the rest of the 3 Astral members on the right-hand side, trying to spread Rival very thin here.
That's exactly what we're seeing so far as Transonics jumps away just because of the audio coup threat of that stun from Watson, but KhaoticPurpose goes in, and now he's got to use the purification beads. Watson transforms into the Camazotz and now uses that ultimate to try and run away. KhaoticPurpose going to eat a second Camazotz ult, but also an ult from Brochacho. Snipes coming in from Dobson, not going to be enough to finish off the jungler as now the mid lane Phoenix siege begins.
Nice little teleport hammer coming out of him to avoid the snipes from Dobson. On the left side is Wolves trying to get that Phoenix. The rest of Astral is grouped up in mid. Taking a lot of damage earlier on was KhaoticPurpose. That's why he's backed off. He's trying to utilize that stun hammer from a distance.
Wolves comes in with the ultimate. Transonics focuses down the Phoenix, and it's already gone. Mid Phoenix toasted. Left side Phoenix is next on the list. Rapio eats the double tap, and a lot of damage coming from Coviiii as well as Transonics drops the Suns. Gnome can't quite find the ultimate, but does force Transonics to jump away. 2-man root from JacobHL, but no additional follow-up from the damage dealers. Dobson stunned out and forced into the purification beads. And Astral Authority has been forced off the tower as now a double stun comes out of Watson. The lightning storm, not exactly what Coviiii was looking for.
Wolves is in trouble, but Watson's in more as he's gonna taken out by KhaoticPurpose. Transonics zoning away JacobHL, and now Astral Authority will secure that left side Phoenix. Almost taking a spill there is Gnome down the mid lane to a double tap coming out of KhaoticPurpose. All 5 members from Astral Authority are still strong here. Killing out Watson gives them a 30-second window to get this Gold Fury before backing off of a nice 2 Phoenix siege.
Couple members still poked out, but that Fire Giant regen doing wonders for Astral Authority in this engagement. Purple buff is dropped as Gold Fury is the call from AA, trying to finish off their last items in the builds. Rapio's in, not in enough, and they actually have to be worried about it because there's his beads. Where is Rapio at, Tolly?
Got deleted. He was in no man's land. Level 18 Camazotz trying to steal a gold here at the 31-minute mark. This is not the play that you need to be making here with an elimination game in DreamHack Valencia.
Rival with their backs against the wall. Their summer split hopes holding on to dear life as they're down 15,000 gold. 31.5-minute mark. 2 of the 3 Phoenixes are gone. The only Phoenix remaining completely exposed. No more towers to defend Rival's base. And Astral Authority decide they just want to play this one slow. Fire Giant's going to fall off of them in 15 seconds. Portal Demon is available. They want to just do something with their hands until the next Fire Giant comes out.
You know, Transonics was playing very aggressive in this game, but I gotta say, KhaoticPurpose in the whole set was just doing absolute work.
That's true. KhaoticPurpose has looked good all set long. Game 2, certainly not a great performance from Transonics, though those split push opportunities did end up mattering pretty heavily. But Game 1 from Transonics really setting the tone early on with that double kill by the Gold Fury, his rotations, him being over top of Dobson in games 1 and 3 by thousands of gold at a time. Both these guys have looked absolutely phenomenal for Astral.
I gotta tip my hat to KhaoticPurpose though, because if he doesn't win the game at the end of game 2, this would have been a tie series heading into game 3 with the momentum completely shot down.
Either way, Astral Authority in control here in game number 3, in large part due to both of those men. Now they've got to wait for that Fire Giant 15 more seconds. Wolves on a nice little scenic tour of the enemy base.
Trying to find a little bit of a hole to exploit is Astral Authority. While they're still waiting for the Fire Giant to respawn, it will do so the next couple of seconds here. The rest of Rival are not interested in defending this objective. They're more worried about these fire minions trickling down the middle and dual lane.
Transonics and the rest of Astral Authority going to secure their second Fire Giant of the game. Rival, in this entire event, Toli, I think really they broke the curse. They finally beat an NA team at LAN. They got here to the finals, and really everyone should know that they should have won game 2.
Yep.
Some unfortunate plays led to their demise, and now they've got their backs up against the wall, no doubt about it. Gnome ducked it in as KhaoticPurpose takes to the sky. Gnome goes aggressive as KP focuses out Dobson on the backside. Transonics is unstoppable. He finds one, Wolves with another, 4-0 and 16. Rivals Titan is under attack, but all of Astral Authority funneling in the right-hand side. Astral Authority looks likely to defend their Season 4 split title, just waiting out for their fire minions.
Trying to go for the mid wave here after getting the mid Phoenix yet again. Wolves leading the charge, gonna find the revive here after getting hit by the Titan a little bit. Rapio getting taken out by KhaoticPurpose. Dobson though, but not enough.
Doesn't matter. Astral Authority, back-to-back Season 4 split champions. They win DreamHack Valencia.
Congratulations goes to Astral Authority.
Pick up that trophy, guys. You've absolutely earned it. Ladies and gentlemen, your console Summer Finals champions, say hello to Astral, the Absolute Authority. You're busy. Congratulations, guys. All of you should be fantastic and excited. Well, you played fantastic. All of you should be excited. El Brochacho, you are the leader in-game and out of game. Talk to me a little bit about this squad and what it's taken to come back here.
Man, I don't think we expected Rival to give us that type of, a fight. That was one hell of, that whole set was crazy, man. Fucking crazy. But as far as my team goes, these guys, even when we're behind, you saw game 2, we don't give up, man. We have the heart of the lion, so to speak, so never give up, never surrender, right?
Let me lift the curtain a little bit. You guys are one of the most confident teams we've ever really spoken to. How real is that?
That's 100% true, man. I mean, my confidence, I think, transfers over to them, and they feed me more confidence by that, So it's like it's a swing back and forth. It's beautiful. I love it.
one of the things that I personally really enjoy, and I want you to touch on this, is the identity of your team. For the fans at home that don't know, this is a very interesting team in ways comprised. Brochacho, you're one of the oldest Smite players in general, playing on PC, going years and years back, and then you're here with two of the most celebrated console natives in Transonics and KhaoticPurpose. How does that dynamic play around when it comes to Astral Authority?
It goes back to like the last set that I said we trust in each other. I mean, look at game 3. Our side lanes, man, holy crap, like they just played out of their minds. So we feed off of everyone on the team, and it's just, I'm like out of words, man. Honestly, my voice is gone. This is like surreal for us at this point, I think, as a team, right, guys? I think.
Well, again, congratulations. You're out of words, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna move on. I do have a most valuable player to crown, and I think this one wasn't super easy, but after the end of game number 3, I think we know where it went to. KhaoticPurpose, congratulations. You are the Summer Finals most valuable player. You played your face off all series, all summer. How's it feel to earn that trophy?
Feels really good, man. I did it for my grandmother that just recently passed away, and I made a promise to her, and I said I was gonna win DreamHack for her, and I did it, so I'm extremely happy about it.
Not only did you did it in spectacular fashion. Your slash lines 10-2-6 in game number 1, 9-4-10 in game number 2, and the numbers in game number 2 I don't think is what was important. It was the play at the end. Talk to me about turning that around and arguably winning the game for your team.
I mean, we won it when they gave me Sasana, unfortunately. They should have banned it first 2 games. Everybody knows I play Sasana really well, but yeah, they should have just banned Sasana, honestly.
Listen, man, you said you made a promise coming into your grandmother, and you absolutely nailed it with flying colors. And I think you earned the love and support of your fans. What do you want to say to the people at home?
I love all my fans. Thank you. Thank you for all the support that you've shown me and my team. I truly appreciate it. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Fantastic. One more time, congratulations. Most valuable player, KhaoticPurpose, and the rest of the team, Astral Authority. They are your console summer finals here in DreamHack Valencia. You guys look fantastic, and you guys look fantastic as well. Thanks for watching at home. We'll see you in a moment.